Over that years between 17 and 22, I collected nearly every business card I could find and networked with pretty much everyone. So on day one, we actually got our first client that paid us $20,000 to make a corporate video. There's a little company called Cartridge World, which I think they're out here. They were built out of my hometown. So that kind of started our entryway. In 2010, I met this guy in front of the toilets in CES, Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas. Young guy, 22 at the time, he started a company called Quirky. Quirky was an invention platform, and he had this goal to help bring inventors' products to life through this really collaborative online process. And I was like, that's super cool. And I've worked with all these retailers and ended up joining Quirky. I joined as employee 8 at Quirky. We were in a small office on Broadway and Houston in New York. And we kind of set upon this journey to kind of bring these unique products to life and to build this community of people that would trust us with their ideas. Fortunately, over about 4 or 5 years, we grew from an 8-person company to a 400-person company. I was always thinking about like what would be next for me after that point. And the thing that kind of struck me most was how can we have that same emotion with brands, and how can we tell those brand stories through retail? And the only way that I figured out I could successfully do that would be to start a rep firm. If no one knows what a rep firm is, so when you're a brand that wants to sell to a retailer, this is my, I did this at 5 this morning, so sorry. The brand wants to get to retail. The rep is in the middle. The rep represents the brand to help them get to retail because they've got really good relationships there. They know the systems and the operations and all that stuff. So it's been a business that's been around forever. And we interacted with reps at Quirky. We had some good ones. We had some horrible ones. So it was a lot of learning. I did a little bit of it prior to Quirky as well, so I got a taste of what that world was like. And most people's perception of reps is this, unfortunately. And it's not cool. It's not okay. And so my ambition was to try and change that perception. If we were going to do the rep thing, we wanted to tell these really great brand stories. How could we do it in a way that can also change and reimagine what a sales broker and a sales firm is? The traditional firms are really, really great at helping brands get to retail. They're great at helping manage those businesses at retail. But beyond that point, they stay very focused on kind of on that, which I think is great. For us, though, we wanted to do that plus all this other stuff too. And how could we build almost like the CAA of a rep firm? And how can we bring a brand that comes into our world, and how can we start with them here and then kind of help them grow over time with kind of other people that we work with, other people that we know. And turning our friend here into the perception of maybe something like this. So we started the stable about a year ago, and it was a joint effort of Nick, my business partner, and I that started it. And it started on my couch in probably March or April of last year to kind of actually put this down into paper and say, all right, well, how's this look, and how's it structured, and how do we scale this, and all that fun business stuff. So we say right now we represent disruptive brands in the consumer product space. We don't use big buzzwords, but if you type in disruptive to the source, it's really hard to find another word that makes sense. So we just stick with it. But more importantly, we say we work with product storytellers and people who are trying to tell a really unique story, and how do we help them grow. So we built this business model and vision with kind of 3 pillars in mind. Firstly was like the retail side, which was like Target and Best Buy. We're going to focus on like hiring the best people who know what they're doing at Target and Best Buy, know how to scale a brand, know how to grow a brand, know how to tell that brand story on a shelf. It's so hard when you walk into a Target. There's like a gazillion products in that store. So like if you're like a new startup that doesn't have a marketing budget and you're trying to be successful there, like how do you gain the attention of the customer? And so a lot of our team focuses on that every day. Firstly, how do we get that brand to the attention of the customer, and how do we actually execute their operations flawlessly and make sure that their businesses run really smooth?